Hello, welcome back to another Five Minute I'm Jacob J. Books Corner, and today we're starting a weekly reading and writing vlog. Essentially, this week it's a very big week. We have a lot of big things going on. It's the last. Well, no, we have one more week after this before we go next weekend. Not this weekend coming up, but the weekend after. We go up and pick up his little brother from Texas. Very exciting. This week is the last week with long hair. My hair is super long, and I'm sure I'll show it off more fully in this video just for that purpose, because you guys only see it's about here, and it's gonna be here. All this is gonna end up being taken away just due to the heat. It's getting so hot, I just can't handle it anymore. I handled it for the past 2 summers, and I think I hit my point. And also tomorrow we're buying a whole new PC. I'm also planning on buying a brand new monitor. Excited for both those things. Today we're celebrating Father's Day. We're about to go and do that right now, or in next hour or so. Reading wise, we're reading Hamajang Luck, which is a cyberpunk sci-fi novel about our main character Edna as they're brought back into the world of heists and thievery and stuff after coming out of prison for 8 years, and we were building up to the heist. The heist is about to happen. I thought it was going to happen like 20% ago, and it didn't happen. I was like, oh, there's like a lot of building pieces, which I like. I like the cast of characters quite a bit, and I definitely love the writing, so I would definitely read more from this author. I'm pretty sure this is the debut though, so I will just keep an eye out for whatever they write next, if they write anything next. So far, very good, and would recommend. I do not like the relationship is all I'll say. I don't think it works. That's like the biggest negative so far, and it will keep it from being a 5. But I have a feeling it's gonna be a high 4. It's either a really high 3 or like in the 4 range. Somewhere in there. Right now it's teetering between a 3.75 and a 4.5. So we're in a new place. I mean, we moved rooms. Essentially, his little brother, like I mentioned in the past, is coming to stay with us for the next year or so. Probably 2 years, 2 or 3, I don't know. Next little bit, and so he's getting what my old office is, because it's a much bigger room. As you guys can see here, the bookshelves are right behind me, and I would have to get a lot closer in the other room for that to be the case. They're like literally not that far. It's actually kind of crazy. Like they're really not that far. This middle one that you guys can see, I screwed in, like I nailed it wrong. It broke today, so that's fun. Computer should be ready tomorrow. I don't even know if I updated you. Also, that's the other thing. This vlog is being extended into next weekend. It probably won't go up until we're back in town, so I'm thinking like Thursday or Friday of like 2 weeks from now, because we leave on Friday. So I'll probably go until like Wednesday or something and try to get this be the last video to go up before I take my little leave of absence for going out of town for a few days. His brother were driving to Texas. Hey, not important. So I bought we went out and I bought a new PC. I bought a new monitor. I did all these things that I'm very excited about. That was on Tuesday. Now it's Saturday. And the PC should finally be ready tomorrow. The monitor we got on the same day because it didn't need to stay. That's on that note. Reading wise, I've read 3 things since the last time we talked, and I'm in my 4th, so let's go ahead and catch up on that. Let's start with Hamajang Jack, which I did finish. I gave it a 3.75. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be, but I would recommend it, especially if you're looking for a cyberpunk sci-fi world with a clear main character as your lead. I think you're going to enjoy it no matter what. Also, heist. Who doesn't love a good heist? And it's a full-blown heist. It's very layered, and there's a lot of things going on, so I think it's good. Then I read Cuckoo. Cuckoo would be for me if it was in a different category of, like, genre. This is an extreme horror novel. I like a good extreme horror novel. I do think sometimes they do cross the boundary. This one, in my opinion, never did cross that boundary. It came awfully fucking close to my boundaries, but it never fully like erupted past the point of a boundary. The thing here is that the story is about these group of kids who end up getting sent off to a conversion therapy camp, and it's really, really violent, and it's really, really brutal, and there's other stuff going on. Obviously, there's sinister stuff going on, more sinister than the actual sinister stuff. One, I find more things like, oh, I don't remember what it's called. The Disappearance of Chloe Price or something? Nope, that's not right. I don't think that's right. It's this, I don't even think I have the cover for it. Chloe Grace Moretz was in it. Erase is also another good boy Erase. I like more grounded, more set in reality, sometimes told verbatim from someone who was there. I know quite a few people who have been through conversion therapy by force, and this is just a really, really extreme take on that, and I completely understand it. As someone who has written an extreme take on conversion therapy for a whole novel, I get it, and I understand it, and I respect it, so I gave it a 3.5. Objectively, it was beautifully written, just like fucking Manhunt was, okay? But Manhunt was also a lot, and I gave it a 4, because I was like, that was a lot, but I enjoyed myself. This one, I did not enjoy myself nearly as much. Also, we talked about this quite a bit. I'm not a huge fan of having homophobia in media. I'm just not. It's a real thing that happens, but we experience it every day. And I go to media to escape. I know that's not everybody goes to. I know this could be very helpful for a lot of people. Like, reading things about this shit is just not as interesting to me because it's not something I'm actively seeking out. To be fair, I had no idea what this book was about. I just knew that there was this other book this author wrote. I kind of wish I knew what it was and that it existed before I put their newest one on my 25 and 25, but that's nor here nor there. The other one I read was Watch Me. This is the next book in the Shatter Me series. It's called The New Republic or something or those lines, and it follows two people. One of them is someone from the old series, another one is the new. And I would have to say, one, this is definitely not YA, this is full adult in my opinion. The very, very graphic imagery of hunger, violence, and stuff. It's so much more violent than I think any of the previous installments. It's been a minute since I read The Shatter Me, and I'm not gonna lie, they did not stick. So I could be wrong in saying this, but I definitely know the ideas of the pains that the main character is going through, I don't think was really explored. However, the main character did fall under some of those same problems I had with the entire Shatter Me series. And it's the fact Juliet was one, an unreliable narrator, which is not a problem. It's just a plot device that Tara Mafi seems to really enjoy, and I don't enjoy reading from this plot device. So that was more like a me thing, and this book by the end turned into that. Also, there's this like reveal that happens, and I think I'm supposed to know the character that's revealed. I don't remember that, so it wasn't that big of a reveal. Oh wait, I gave it a 4.25. I'm calling myself shocked. I thought I was gonna walk out for like a 1.5 to a 2 star because I really hated Shatter Me by the end. I think Shatter Me was a okay series, and it was kind of a good series, and then it was a terrible series. That's my opinion of the original Shatter Me run, okay? Yes, Warner, we all hail kings, and we all hail Kenji, but that's about it. That's all I took away from that series. And now I got a new king, a new little prince, who I enjoy just as much. Not a lot of people do, apparently, which is really fucking annoying. Also, I enjoyed this main character better than Juliet. I really fucking hate Juliet for the majority of that series. Not gonna lie. Also, like, I guess because of like some of the things here, the balance of that is amazing. I didn't even think about that until right now. What a great idea. Sorry, that's spoiler. The other one wanted to be X-Men so bad, and this one actually felt kind of X-Men-y, which I don't even think I can contribute to any of the books in that series either. Because there's something about the powers being in first person that truly ruined that. And so getting to see the powers from somebody else's perspective in first person makes it a bit more real and more enjoyable. Just in overall format. But yeah. Then I have now read about 40% of I Tell You I Will Kiss You or something along those lines. And this is supposed to be Mr. and Mrs. Smith but lesbian. And I can kind of see the vibe, but also like I don't. All at the same time. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of typical romance-y trope stuff here. If you've ever seen Mr. and Mrs. Smith, it follows a romance kind of tell line, but it's very vastly different. And I think one of the big things here that makes Mr. and Mrs. Smith vastly different from your average romance is that the relationships are a committed relationship. They're already married. It's part of a whole thing, right? And I know that the TV show decided not to go down this route. They went with a different way, but they also prevail as a married couple throughout the entire series. And this is a second chance romance. And I'm just like, it's just not the same. Yet there's a lot of other elements that I'm really enjoying. However, it's going to be like a 3 point something. I just feel it. Also, we had our first little moment, and I was underwhelmed, just slightly. So there's also that. Okay. That's my update. It's a fucking long, but that's okay. I haven't talked to you in like so many days. So many days. Also, I have my phone back so we can start B footage. You grateful. You guys deserve to see. That's my new monitor. Pull in a second one over here, but I'm not like 100% sure. Then my new computer. This is my old computer. We'll sit over there. And then cat trees right there. You can see me in the thing. And then bookshelves are going to be along this back wall. This right here will be where the cat litter box is. Currently not at the moment. It could probably stay where it's at. Alright, I just want to quickly come in here. So this is the old room. Obviously posters and stuff. I'm not addicted to tape right now. It's a problem. So this is everything that goes on the bookshelf. That's what this box is. I'm hoping to add the bear as well, but these are all books that are going on the bookshelf. This corner has books, and this corner has books. Unicorn goes on top. So does Buffy, so I guess I'll do those first. And then I also think we're going to go with this stack in the middle, because that's Mortal Instruments. And Mortal Instruments, if we take you out, oh, there's one. And there's one. Taking it out and around. So I did go ahead and set up my camera. It's pretty much where it's going to be. It will be this long line. So Mortal Instruments is the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and set those up. Now you'd be asking, why is there not a shelf here? It's because the bottom half is going to have books I've never read before. I don't know if I'm going to have them turn around anymore because of how I'm going to be doing this whole new thing. Bottom shelf is going to have books that I've never read before. And then above that will be books that I don't really care about. Then I can move freehanded. I'm hoping not every shelf is going to be used, but at this point, I don't know. Vlogception. Okay. Hello, let me come and update you. I'm going to let you know in the background there is a fan that's going. My PC is running and it's downloading things, and so it's working extra hard to do that. So, and it's quite big worth of things that it's downloading. It's going on in the background. I figured I'd update you. We have some updates. Sorry about the hair. I'm really hot, so I don't want to put it down to make it look pretty. It is the final few days with the hair. I feel like I'll probably go get it cut off. Probably Tuesday is my best guess, is when it will be chopped. Tuesday's a busy day. Tuesday we have a lot of different things going on. We have shopping for road trip stuff, haircut. We have oil changes. We just have like a list of things we gotta go get done. And I guess I'll put my haircut on it. I've not cut my hair in almost 4 years. Reading wise, where are we at? I finished, if we survive this, I read the majority of this novel today, and I gave it a 3.75. It is a YA zombie novel. I would say leaning more towards the new adult area, like the like adult YA side of YA, because it's very violent, it's very graphic, very gory. There's a lot of things that happen with it. It's a lot of twists and turns, very fast paced. Would recommend it for a binge read. I feel like you could do it in one day. Both the books we're talking about today, you could read in one day. And I overall just really enjoyed myself with the story. Pitch is Yellow Jackets meets The Walking Dead, and I kind of got both vibes, but not the Yellow Jackets vibe, more like the Walking Dead vibe. Very chaotic, like those first few seasons, especially like season 2 through like 5. Super similar in vibes. Follows these two siblings, and we're in the middle of the apocalypse, and they decide to go on this journey while also telling a story of a very important day in their lives from before the apocalypse. And we're getting tad bits of information from other people as well, and yeah, I liked it. It is first person. The next one that I read is How to Survive a Slasher. This was a 4.25 star, and I really like this one. This is a YA slasher, which is always like, I don't know, it's hit or miss, right? It's violent. It's not like over the top gore. It's not all over your face either, where it's like gore on every page, very like paced out. I think the first death happens pretty early on, but we don't have another death until like much later in the novel, so you do have to kind of like the characters and enjoy the process of reading it. So this girl, she's a teenager, she's a senior in high school, and she is going through her life, and she gets a book talking about the town that she grew up in, and essentially saying that this is what's going to happen, and it's detailing out a slasher for her to be able to follow, possibly, because her dad died of this like famous killing back when. He survived it in the 70s or 80s, I can't remember, maybe even the 90s. I think it's the 80s. And then the slasher came back when they were kids, when she was like younger and stuff, and he died from that experience. And so they believe it's a copycat killer trying to reawake the imagines. And I have to say, like, my guess did not work out, so that's great. And the other thing, like the other important one that like kind of came out of this or whatever, also didn't really see coming. So like, also respect in that regard tremendously. That's all my updates for you. Okay, so currently this is what we're looking at. So I did go ahead and shape all of the main ones for lights in the back, which I think it's gonna look really nice. And then this is currently what the bookshelves look like. I obviously haven't brought in the other box yet that has all the other stuff in it. And I'm also planning on having certain bookshelves, one per bookshelf, where it's like a spotlight. Except for this middle one, I think it's all gonna be spotlights and stuff like that. So that's the current plan. These are the twinkling lights. You can't really see them. You'll be able to see them tonight. Alright, I'm about to head back downstairs, but I wanted to show off the new haircut. Alright, when we come in here and close out this vlog, we are officially leaving for the trip tomorrow. So today is, well, actually tonight, we're going on tonight. Today is Friday, and I figured you guys deserved a closing chapter. So today's vlog was supposed to be going up, I think today or tomorrow, but I didn't edit a single thing. I didn't even try to edit. I've not even opened up Adobe. I haven't even touched yet. I'll jump into all that when I get back into town. But I decided to play The Sims, and I played The Sims for over 10 hours in the past few days, and I am obsessed, and I want to go back, and I want to play more, but we're doing what we can. That being said, that's just kind of why I've been radio silent. I have been reading. I read 2 books the other day, so let's go through those. The first one is If We Were a Movie. I think I started this. I really didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I didn't find the relationship to be very likable. I'm not an enemies to lovers or complicated friendships to lovers relationship type of person. These stories typically don't really spark my way. I typically like them a bit more lusty as well, and it just wasn't really for me. Very YA though, in my opinion. It is gay, so I think I would probably recommend it. I gave it a 3.5. It's probably like a 3.25, but yeah. Then I read Love It Second Sight by F.T. Lukens. My biggest complaint with this one, which I'll talk a little bit briefly about in my 25 and 25 as well, is one of those books. F.T. Lukens, this is the second novel I read from them, and I enjoyed the first one, I think a little bit better. The storyline was a little bit stronger. With this one, it follows a main character. They're 15 years old. At the very beginning of the book, they realize that they are a seer in this world. Essentially, someone touches them, they can see the future, what the outcome is. And they see a girl being murdered from the killer's point of view. And the majority of the book doesn't actually take place with that storyline, but that's what they are hoping you are thinking it's going to take place with. There's a cute romance in it as well, but my biggest issue is that in certain ways, I do think the allegory that they use, I don't want to spoil anything, came across really strongly, and the age range also works. Everything else was just, he's a bit too young. There's also parts of the novel where the main character read like a 19-year-old, not a 15-year-old, and there's other parts of the novel where he read too much like a 15-year-old. The love interest, in my opinion, never once read like a 15-year-old. Also, the best friends, anybody else around them that was not a part of this friend group except for one other person, did not read as young Y-teens. They all read like seniors in high school, not like blooming sophomores. That was like my biggest complaint with it. And also, I wouldn't put it as YA. I would put it as YA. I think the themes are YA, but the content are all excellent. I gave it 3.75. And then I started Bunny and Love at Second Sight. I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't really think I'm gonna like it. And I kind of wanted to get invested early, but I was like, oh, I'll wait till 50% in. If I'm still not connecting with this novel, I'll do like a really deep analysis on why I didn't connect in it in the 25 and 25, because that's why I'm reading it. Bunny I'm reading because it's been like Books and Law is like favorite book of all time. And I was like, okay, I gotta read Bunny. I hate Bunny. I'm 27% into it. I can't find a redeemable factor. I like what Bunny's trying to do as well, and I like the references, and I think the references are pretty true based on what I know. I also think I had this whole novel spoiled for me at one point because nothing is shocking me. There's not a single twist and or turn that I've hit to the point where I'm pretty sure I might end up DNFing it tomorrow. As we go on our trip, I'm only going to be rereading novels. So that's like the only thing. Like I'm bringing Red, White, and Yellow, Blue with me, that type of stuff, because I can reread something in a car ride, or I can also, I'm trying to continue my reading every day, and that includes today I'm gone, and so like I can pick up Red, White, and Blue for 30 minutes before bed and ease myself into sleep with it. Which is why I'm picking it up. So I need to pick a novel that's short enough that I could possibly finish tomorrow during the work day if I do start anything else, which is why I'm not 100% sure if I will DNF Bunny or not. But I'm not liking it, and that's where we're ending this reading vlog. That's my update.